Rise with India podcast on ET Now.
Good morning and a very warm welcome to this edition of the ET Now Rise with India podcast. I'm your host Rohit. First up, let's tell you what are the top stories we're tracking this morning. Russian President Vladimir Putin has said that he's ready to work on stabilizing the global energy market. Z Chairman Emeritus Subhash Chandra has asked minority shareholder Invesco to make an open offer and take over the company if it wants, and said the investment firm is acting in a clandestine manner. Titan has registered strong recovery in second quarter FY22. Tata Digital is offering Esops to all its employees to win over talent. Blackstone has placed its second biggest bet on India's IT services as it buys VFS at over $2 billion of valuation. And Saudi Aramco is now a $2 trillion company, just behind Microsoft and Apple. Z Chairman Emeritus Subhash Chandra has asked minority shareholder Invesco to make an open offer and take over the company if it wants, saying the investment firm was acting in a clandestine manner. Terming it as an illegal step being taken by Invesco, the media doyen said this is insider trading and a takeover. Invesco has been pressing for an EGM to discuss various issues, including the removal of Managing Director Puneet Goenka and appointment of its nominees on the board. Paytm's valuation is around $20 billion if the potential of its new businesses is excluded, according to US-based valuation expert Ashwath Damodaran. He said on one side, there will be some who view this as insanity for a company with a pittance in revenues, a history of operating losses and distracted management, and on the other side, there will be some who feel I am not giving the company credit for all the new businesses it can enter using its vast platform of users. Road Transport Ministry has said that the state and union territories will provide up to 25% rebate on road tax for vehicles purchased after scrapping old ones under the new scrappage policy. Chief Economic Advisor KV Subramanian has said that the impact of taper tantrum or withdrawal of monetary stimulus by US Federal Reserve on India may not be much given the strong fundamentals of the economy. Cabinet has approved the setting up of 7 mega integrated textile parks with a total outlay of over 4,400 crore rupees for 5 years to position India strongly on the global textiles map. Tata Digital may offer employee stock ownership plan or Esops to all its employees in a bid to attract and retain good talent from the startup community. According to the Economic Times, the company had first offered management stock options to the founders of online grocer Big Basket, in which Tata Digital has picked up a majority stake. Blackstone is all set to acquire VFS Global, world's largest visa outsourcing specialist, at an enterprise valuation of little over $2 billion. The deal value will be closer to $2.5 billion valuation that VFS Global and its investors had sought when they launched a sale and a parallel IPO process in 2019. That move was aborted due to the pandemic. US stocks ended higher in a healthy turnaround after a morning of broad losses. Investors are weighing issues like high oil and gas prices, which could fuel inflation. Rising bond yields could also dent technology stocks. Government bond yields were flat and are near recent highs. Russian President Vladimir Putin has said that Moscow was ready to work on stabilizing the global energy market, causing a sudden reversal in natural gas prices. Saudi Arabia's oil company Aramco has reached a $2 trillion valuation as it hit near record levels yesterday. Its market cap value puts Aramco just behind Microsoft and Apple as world's most valuable companies. This comes as oil prices have risen to over $82 a barrel, the highest in 7 years. Back home, Nifty has formed a bearish engulfing pattern on charts, which suggests weakness may sustain. The index came off over 250 points from its high point of the day. Many experts are suggesting that we could again now stare at a phase of consolidation in the market. F&O data is indicating that markets may have added massive shorts in the system, and even the measure of volatility has spiked by 6%. FII's net sold shares worth about 800 crore rupees, while DIA sold shares worth about 1,000 crore rupees yesterday. Let's tell you about the active stocks this morning. Z Entertainment has moved the NCLAT, seeking more time to file reply over the requisition of minority shareholders Invesco and OFI Global China Fund to convene an EGM. Titan has witnessed a strong recovery in demand in the July to September quarter, and its sales in most of its divisions have either reached above or close to pre-pandemic levels. Indiabulls Housing Finance has exited from UK-based Oak North Holdings for about 3,050 crore rupees. In 2015, Indiabulls acquired a 40% stake in Oak North for about 660 crore rupees. Government has notified its decision to permit 100% FDI under automatic route in the telecom services sector. The foreign investment in telecom services will be subject to the condition of Press Note 3 of 2020. Earlier, 100% of FDI was allowed, of which 49% of investment was permitted via automatic route. Reliance Jio and Bharti may post a 5 to 7% sequential rise in revenue, with steady margins for the second quarter of FY22, according to Jefferies. Real estate firm Macrotech Developers, which markets the Lodha brand, has clocked a 88% growth in sales booking to 2,000 crore rupees for the September quarter. Inox Wind has approved the issuance of preference shares worth over 1,100 crore rupees to its promoters. And that's all we have time for today. Thank you for listening in. Do send in your feedback. This is your host Rohit signing off. Goodbye and take care.
The Rise with India podcast on ET Now.